guys, so I'm back with another video. So just to start right off the bat, so if you guys follow me on TikTok, or if you are a woman in my female trucking group, you'll notice that I've really started to target in on a certain direction with my videos, my content, and everything I post really towards the trucking industry. So and that direction is, if you haven't noticed, is really honing in on women who are looking to join the industry. I have been providing a lot of content in regards to what to expect, kind of being your guys' hype man, encouraging women to join the industry, and kind of giving them a bit of a peace of mind, because I know when I went into the industry, I kind of just went balls deep without really knowing what I was getting myself into. And reflecting on that and looking back on that, I realized, well, you know what, it would have been nice to been able to see more female drivers, and there's some out there, but I don't know, I don't know, it was nothing really that I was interested in watching or looking at. So I mean, other than the statistics from like on Google and stuff, I really didn't have much to go off of. So today I'm going to be discussing what it's been like for me in the last year and a half truck driving as a female. So I didn't write a list. I'm not really, this is probably going to be like random banter and probably all over the place and might not make a lot of sense because I'm really good at that. But so firstly, let's start with, am I treated differently than men in this industry? And I will say that honestly, for the most part, staying off like online forums and stuff, but with shippers, receivers, face-to-face interactions, I personally feel that women might have a little bit of the upper hand. I have personally seen time and time again where I am in line at a shipper or receiver, and the people behind the desk will be very sharp with the men. And as soon as little old me walks up, all sweet, perky, happy, it's like, a switch. They're suddenly super nice to me, blah, 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 blah. Even though those other men didn't necessarily do anything wrong, it's just I noticed that they're just nicer to me. Then that's not going to always be the case, but that is one thing that I have definitely noticed. Let's see. What's it like out on the road for me being a female? I take my safety extremely serious, as you should, obviously, man or woman, but especially women. I don't shower where I'm not comfortable. So like one of the only places I'll really shower is like Love's. It's just personal preference. Everything's really well lit. Like I feel safe at a Love's rather than, I would never shower at a mom and pop shop. I just wouldn't. Laundry. I personally do not like laundromats. I feel like a sitting duck at a truck stop doing laundry. So I bring like 3 weeks worth of clothes, extra sheets, whatever, because I refuse to sit at a laundromat at a truck stop. I actually had a really bad experience back when I was training, which is what ended up splitting up me and my trainer, because he did not listen to me. And that experience was, we were out in the outskirts of LA. We were at a truck stop. It was barbed wired. Even the dumpster was barbed wired. And this was like one of my first experiences at a truck stop out west. And it terrified me. And people are going to say, oh, you're just a pussy, blah, 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 blah. Well, somebody just going into this industry, not really knowing much, it just really scared me. And I don't feel like my trainer properly handled it with me. But he made me go in and do laundry, which it was daytime. But I didn't feel comfortable, and he refused to let me in the truck. He actually took my key from me and said that I had to go sit and do laundry. And I was a little panicky because by that point I had 2 different men approach me at the truck stop, and I felt super uncomfortable, and I was kind of pissed off that my trainer did not listen to my concerns at all. Luckily nothing came of it, and usually nothing won't, but there's going to be that one time what if something does, and that's my thing. And I have, the way that I run, the way that I do things, so far I've been lucky. Nothing's happened to me, and that's great. That's awesome. I want to keep it that way. So, yeah. I mean, there was that situation and some other things that happened. Like, he just 100% didn't take my safety seriously. And I remember him telling me, well, how are you going to survive out here? How are you going to be a truck driver, blah, blah, blah. Doing things that I wanted to, the way I wanted to when it came to my safety, I have been doing to this day, and I had no issues. I'm out here successful, doing my thing, driving, getting my loads delivered, no problem. He just didn't want to listen to me. It was his way or the highway, and I'm not a man, like, listen to me. I mean, you should listen to your male trainees too, but yeah, so that is what got us split apart. So yeah, I don't do laundry out. I shower only where I'm comfortable. In general, I'm a bit of a hermit, so I don't make eye contact when I go into truck stops. I think that's something I've mentioned before. I've noticed that eye contact leaves room for invitation, and I don't like leaving room for invitation for anybody to talk to me. Not even, welcome to Loves. Times I gotta hear that in a week. Ugh. Let's see, what else might there be differences for being a female out here? I'm not the cutest thing in the world, so I really don't get approached that much. I also have a phenomenal resting bitch face, so people don't really approach me very often. But I mean, it really just depends on your personality. It depends on, obviously, your looks. Depends. I mean, you could be any age and look any way and still be approached, but just keep that in mind, especially me being young. Me being young is a big one that I often get approached, because men get really confused. They're like, what's this little lady doing driving a truck? Has she got a boyfriend with her? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, actually, I'm 25 years old. I've had my CDL for almost 2 years, but, whatever. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I know some women take a lot of pride in the way that they look. I personally don't give a fucking shit. I'd be looking like a drowned rat. I don't care. So, let's see what else. Let's turn his lights off. So, for a support system, I was very fortunate. My children's father has been supportive of me since day one doing this. He has been just a great partner in crime and doing all this. Not once has he regretted it or wanted me to quit. He just helped me and kept pushing me forward. So it's important that you find a support system. And another reason why I've created all these platforms is because I want women who feel like they don't have that support to feel like they can lean on someone like me. My messages are always open. You can message me on TikTok. You can send me an email. I keep my email down in the description. And I'll be here for you if you have any questions. You're nervous. It's one of your first ones out, and you're unsure about something. Don't hesitate to contact me. I might not get back to you right away, but as soon as I see it, I will definitely be there to try and help you. That's the whole point of me creating these platforms, is that it's important to me that women are supporting women in this industry, because sometimes it can be really lonely out here. We can really feel like the odd ones out. You're not going to see a lot of women around. As the years go on, our numbers are increasing, but until we get that substantial percentage, you're not going to see a lot of women out there. And one thing I've noticed with women in the industry, and I completely understand why they do this, and I probably do the same thing, but women truck drivers honestly terrify me, especially the veterans that have been out here for a decade or more. Those women, I swear, are made of steel, and they're badass, and they're awesome, but they scare me. So I try to keep a very soft approach so that other women feel comfortable coming to me. Not that there's anything wrong with those women. They're badass. They're out there doing their thing. I'm personally terrified of them, because, man, you say the wrong thing to them, they'll whoop your ass. Let's see. But yeah, so my YouTube is, obviously, men are more than welcome on this page. I try to give advice that kind of covers all bases for men and women, but I definitely am looking at keeping it more woman oriented, so that way women coming in this industry feel like they have something to fall back on and they can watch and get the info that they feel that they need. Same with my TikTok. My Facebook group is, what are you looking at? The pretty truck though. Anyways, my Facebook group is only for women. I actually created that Facebook group when I was fresh out of training. Like, I just got my CDL, and I've been growing it and adding people to my team, my admin team, and it has grown. I have well over 800 members now. So, and it's all women. We are screen each member very carefully that we let in. I mean, I do, the other admins are supposed to. I swear we get more men requesting in than women. Our block list is probably like a mile long just of men. And it's, I know in some of the other women trucking groups that are bigger, there can be a lot of catty drama going on. I mean, we're women, it's what we do. But I have like a zero tolerance for bullshit in my group. I don't do fighting. I don't do, that catty, just going at each other. I don't do any of that. There's no politics in my group, no bullying, no promoting, none of that shit. It's strictly for women in the trucking industry. You can post anything you want about trucking, home time, what you're cooking on the road, how you organize your truck. It could be anything, honestly. Talking about a pet that you want to get, what school you're thinking of going to, it doesn't matter. But the biggest one right now is no politics, especially with everything going on in this world. My goal has always been with this group to create a space that all women in this industry, or who are thinking of going into this industry, can feel safe, feel comfortable, and feel accepted. And I have removed women from my group for breaking those rules. So it's heavily monitored, so you don't have to worry about any of that crap going on. But yeah, so some other things. One thing to note, especially because I am married to a man, that is one of the biggest things that I get flack for, and it's not so much me, it's him, my husband, Joe. I oftentimes, especially when people find out that he is a stay-at-home dad, get comments about him not working, about me being the one on the road and not him. Please understand and make sure that other people in your life understand, not that it's their business, but they need to understand that this was our decision, our career choice. That's how it should be, because trucking isn't just a job. Trucking is a lifestyle. And I chose this lifestyle. I chose this path to support a life for my boys. It was my decision. It was not his. I do not want him to work. I want him home with the boys. He's the one who does the homeschooling. He's the one who takes care of the house. And you know what? He's better at it than me. I'm better at working. Your vagina and your penis do not get to dictate that. My decision, and it's nobody else's concern. But it is something that I get flack for a lot. And it's the most annoying thing. Like, come on, it's 2020. I mean, the world's about to blow up, and you're concerned about which parent of a family you know nothing about is working and which one's not. I make more than enough to support all four of us, my 2 kids and Joe and me. So be ready to deal with stereotypes, be ready to deal with predatory behavior, be ready to deal with sexism, be ready to deal with misogyny. It's all, you gotta have a backbone. You have to have a backbone, because unfortunately this shit's not going away. It's part of the industry, and it's one of the toxic parts of the industry, but it's part of the industry, and you have to learn how to navigate that behavior and how to deal with it. And you know what? Compartmentalize it, just ignore it, do what you gotta do, fire back, whatever, it don't really matter. Just, it's not going away. So that's something you need to keep in mind if you're coming into this industry. is that it's getting more woman friendly, but we're not quite there yet. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here because we're at 15 minutes. But if you guys have any other questions, I know it was kind of scrambled and my thoughts weren't really put together as usual. So yeah, you know what to do. Put it in the comments, email me, do what you gotta do. Peace out.